Welcome to Woman's Secret Signals. What if I told you that most men are completely blind to the real signals women send every single day? Not the words she says, but the hidden emotions behind them, the subtle shifts in her tone, the way she behaves when she's interested, and the silent changes that reveal everything before she ever says a word. Because here's the truth: women rarely say what they feel directly, but they always show it. And once you learn how to read those signals, you stop guessing. You start understanding. In this channel, we break down female psychology, attraction, relationships, and the hidden patterns most men never notice. So if you're ready to see what you've been missing your whole life, subscribe now to Woman's Secret Signals and start reading between the lines. Let's be honest. Most men think relationships fail because of cheating, lack of money, or bad communication. But the real reason is much deeper and much more uncomfortable. It's this: most men never actually understand how women emotionally experience love, and because of that, they end up trying to fix relationships with logic, when women are actually responding to emotion, energy, and emotional safety. Now, listen carefully. If you want to build a strong, lasting relationship with a woman, you need to understand one powerful truth. A woman doesn't stay where she is controlled. She stays where she feels emotionally connected and safe. Not safe in a boring way, not safe like predictable routine, but safe in a way where she feels seen, heard, and emotionally understood without having to fight for it. Most men miss this completely. They think, if I provide, she will stay. If I love her, she will understand. If I'm loyal, everything will work. But female psychology doesn't work on assumptions. It works on emotional experience in the present moment. If she doesn't feel emotionally connected to you daily, the relationship slowly starts to weaken, even if you're doing everything right, logically. And here's where it gets even more important. Women are extremely sensitive to emotional inconsistency. One day you are loving, present, and attentive. The next day you are cold, distracted, or unavailable. To a man, that feels normal. To a woman's emotional system, that feels like instability. And instability creates distance. Now, I'm not saying you need to be perfect. That's not the point. The point is, emotional awareness beats perfection every time. In this video, I'm going to break down the real psychology behind what makes a woman feel deeply connected, attracted, and emotionally bonded in a relationship that actually lasts. Because once you understand this, you stop guessing and you start building real emotional connection that doesn't break easily. Now that you understand the foundation, let's go deeper into something most men misunderstand completely. Attraction is not just physical, it's not just status, and it's definitely not just being nice. In female psychology, emotional attraction is built through experience, not intention. This means a woman doesn't fall for what you say you are. She responds to how she feels around you consistently. Let's break this down simply. A woman feels attraction when she experiences three key emotional signals. 1. Emotional safety. She needs to feel like she can express herself without being judged, dismissed, or ignored. If she feels emotionally safe with you, she opens up. If she doesn't, she slowly closes off, even if she stays physically present. 2. Emotional presence. This is something most men fail at. You might be physically there, but mentally you're distracted. Phone, stress, work, or thinking about something else. A woman can feel when you are not fully there. And when she feels that, she starts to feel emotionally alone in the relationship. That is one of the fastest ways attraction declines. 3. Emotional leadership. This does not mean control, it means stability. A woman naturally feels more drawn to a man who is emotionally grounded, someone who doesn't panic easily, doesn't overreact, and doesn't shift moods based on small issues. When a man is emotionally stable, a woman feels like she can relax in his presence, and that relaxation creates attraction. Now, here is the key insight. Many men try to increase attraction by giving more gifts, more attention, or more reassurance. But if emotional connection is missing, all of that becomes temporary. Because women don't stay attracted to effort alone, they stay attracted to emotional experience. Ask yourself this: does she feel calm and understood around you, or confused and emotionally uncertain? because confusion kills attraction faster than anything else. And the biggest mistake men make is this: they assume love is enough to maintain connection. But in reality, connection must be renewed emotionally every day. Now let's talk about something most people don't want to hear, but it's the truth that changes everything. Many relationships don't break because of one big fight or one major mistake. They break because of small, repeated emotional mistakes that slowly kill attraction over time. And the worst part? Most men don't even realize they are doing them. Let's go through the most damaging ones. 1. Over-explaining yourself. One of the fastest ways to reduce attraction is constantly trying to explain your every action, decision, or emotion. When a man over-explains, it creates a subtle emotional signal. I need your approval to feel secure. And in female psychology, that lowers perceived strength and emotional leadership. A strong emotional presence doesn't feel like justification, it feels like calm certainty. 2. Over-seeking reassurance. It's normal to want love back. But when a man repeatedly asks, "Do you love me? Are you okay with me? Are we fine?" it shifts emotional balance. Instead of being the grounded partner, he becomes emotionally dependent on validation, and dependency reduces attraction over time. 3. Emotional reactivity. This is a big one. When a man reacts too quickly, anger, jealousy, frustration over small things, it signals emotional instability. Women don't expect perfection, but they deeply respond to emotional control. A man who can stay calm under pressure naturally feels more attractive because he creates emotional safety. 4. Losing your identity in the relationship. Another silent killer is when a man slowly stops focusing on his own life. No goals, no growth, no personal direction, just relationship focus. At first, it feels like love, but over time, it feels like emotional weight. And attraction starts to fade because there is no longer mystery, direction, or self growth energy. Here is the truth: women don't lose attraction suddenly. They lose it slowly when emotional dynamics shift from balance, dependency, predictability. And most men think they are being good partners, while actually removing the very traits that created attraction in the first place. But don't worry, this is fixable. Now let's shift from what destroys attraction to what actually builds deep emotional bonding. The kind of connection that makes a woman feel emotionally attached, not just casually involved, because attraction gets her attention, but bonding keeps her emotionally invested. And this is where most relationships separate from surface level to something meaningful. 1. Consistency creates emotional trust. One of the strongest forces in female psychology is emotional consistency. It's not about being perfect every day. It's about being predictable in your emotional energy. When your behavior, tone, and presence feel stable over time, her nervous system relaxes around you. And when a woman feels relaxed with a man, emotional bonding naturally increases. Unpredictability creates tension, consistency creates attachment. 2. Emotional validation without fixing everything. Many men make the mistake of trying to solve a woman's emotions instead of understanding them. But emotional bonding is not built through solutions. It is built through feeling understood. Sometimes she doesn't need advice. She needs presence. Simple responses like, "I understand how that feels. That makes sense. I get why you feel that way." These small moments create powerful emotional connection because she feels heard, not managed. 3. Shared emotional moments. Bonding doesn't come from routine conversations, it comes from shared emotional experiences, laughing deeply together, talking late at night, being vulnerable without judgment, handling challenges as a team. These moments create emotional anchors in her memory, and those anchors are what make her feel attached over time. 4. Emotional security. Emotional loyalty. Here is something most men never realize. A woman stays emotionally loyal where she feels emotionally secure, not controlled, not pressured, not convinced, but secure. When she knows she won't be judged, she won't be emotionally ignored, She won't feel alone in the relationship. She naturally invests more emotionally. The key takeaway is simple. Deep bonding is not built in big romantic gestures. It is built in small emotional moments, repeated consistently over time. And once that bond forms, it becomes much harder for distance or conflict to break it. Now we reach the most important part, because understanding female psychology means nothing if you can't maintain the connection over time. Many relationships start with strong attraction, but slowly fade into routine, emotional distance, and frustration. The difference between a relationship that breaks and one that lasts is simple: ongoing emotional effort, not occasional effort. But not effort in the way most men think. Not more gifts, not more chasing, not more constant texting. Real long-term attraction is built on emotional balance, growth, and leadership. 1. Keep emotional mystery alive. One of the biggest killers of attraction is predictability. When everything becomes too routine, too available, and too easy to read, emotional excitement drops. This doesn't mean playing games, it means maintaining your own life, personal goals, hobbies, ambition, social identity. A man who continues to grow remains emotionally interesting, and interest is a core ingredient of attraction. 2. Don't overgive emotionally. Many men believe more love, more connection. But emotional overgiving can actually reduce value in the relationship. Healthy relationships work on balance, give love, but also have boundaries. Be present, but not emotionally dependent. When you give from strength, not neediness, it feels attractive, not overwhelming. 3. Handle conflict with calm energy. Arguments are not what destroy relationships. How you handle them does. If you react emotionally, escalate, or lose control, it creates emotional instability. But if you stay calm, listen, and respond with maturity, it creates respect and trust. And respect is what keeps long-term attraction alive. 4. Continue creating emotional moments. Never assume the bond is done. Strong relationships are maintained through continuous emotional experiences, talking deeply, laughing together, sharing goals, supporting each other emotionally. Without these moments, even strong relationships slowly weaken. Final thought: a great relationship is not built by accident. It is built by understanding emotional psychology and applying it consistently. Women don't just want love, they want to feel emotionally safe, emotionally understood, emotionally connected. When you provide that consistently, attraction doesn't just survive, it grows stronger over time. And that is the real secret to building a great relationship with your woman.